Warning, this podcast contains spoilers. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the As Seen on TV podcast for Star Trek Discovery. Episode 3, Context is for Kings. I'm your host, Mike, and joining me is Miss Clio.
Hello.
Hello. So, Episode 3.
Yes.
What do you think?
Good. Great.
Felt more...
Sciencey.
Yeah, it felt more like an actual Star Trek episode.
Yeah.
I mean, the first two episodes felt more like a movie.
Oh, that's for sure.
And this felt more like an actual, like an episode, original series or Next Generation episode. It kind of had a similar-ish, I don't know if I want to say flow, but premise was definitely there.
Mm. Honestly, the sections where they went and explored or tried to recover stuff from the Glen, that felt like Aliens.
Yeah, it did kind of have
I thought that was a horror movie. I got really nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God. It's gonna come out of the ventilations.
Yeah, it's going to come out of the ventilation system. There's going to be acid dripping and things bursting out of people soon. Well, we start off with Michael on a transport ship, being transferred from one prison to another, apparently. And in very Trek fashion, something really crazy goes wrong.
The pilot's gonna fix it!
The pilot's fixing it. Poof. Warning, tether, however the computer put it, released, unlatched.
I was like, oh. God. It wasn't funny because she died, but the timing of that, like,
it was comic time.
The pilot's fixing it. It's fine.
Well, they went a little dark there, and I saw someone make the comparison. 2 of those prisoners are extras from The Expanse, and that is kind of dark, hard sci-fi.
Mm.
So, I mean, I guess I was half expecting them to die.
Yeah.
But, the whole issue was tiny little bugs feeding on the electrical system.
Yeah. I love how she just did the math and was like, what is she? Michael said, like, well, we'll run out of oxygen if we don't freeze to death first.
Yep. Very comforting.
Mm-hmm.
But they're saved, at the last second by the Discovery, the title ship that we're now being introduced to. And they did a really great job of introducing the crew to us.
Yes.
And, I mean, they did it, in a decent order. Like, we have Commander Landry, who is this head of security. Anybody familiar with Galactica knows her. The actress whose name is just escaping me right now. She's in a lot of sci-fi.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get Captain Lorca. Ooh, I don't know what the hell his deal is.
He's crazy, I think, is his deal. I think his deal is he's just crazy.
He's very shady.
Yeah, and Jason Isaacs, who plays him, which I miss him playing British characters. Like, he's played so many, American accented characters. Where's your British voice? Anyway, he says he's probably more messed up than any Starfleet captain we've ever seen. I'm pretty sure he's including the evil one from the first reboot.
Okay.
So he's crazy.
I dig it. Yeah, he is pretty crazy. They're doing experiments with some kind of crazy shit. But hey, they're at war, and as he put it, Starfleet gave him orders to win the war any way he sees fit.
Which is with crazy science and turning that into a weapon, maybe. Possibly.
Which is, let's take a prisoner, the first ever mutineer, apparently, in Starfleet's history.
Yeah, that's hard to believe.
It kind of is hard to believe, but we'll go with it. And let's conscript her into service.
Yeah.
Like, we need, she's very skilled. We need those kinds of skills. All hands on deck kind of thing.
Yeah.
And as mentioned,
I wonder if he was, because he said he was testing her, or she deduced that he was testing her by bringing her on board. I wonder if he was testing all of the prisoners and just the other ones were like shit, really just shitty.
I think he was just testing her because because they all called her Starfleet, which like in all other Treks is basically what a civilian calls them when they're trying to be insulting. All the prisoners referred to Michael as Starfleet, like when they're referring to her.
They're just like regular prisoners.
They're just civilians or criminals or whatever like that.
Okay. I was wondering why her like prison outfit was yellow and theirs was gray.
Yeah, that's a good question.
That might be why. There's always a reason for the colors in Star Trek. Always.
Yeah, there always is a reason. But yeah, Michael sees some familiar faces in, what was her name? Kelsey, I think her name was. The redhead
pilot.
from the pilot of the, Shenzhou.
Yeah, and Saru.
And Saru, who is a lot more serious than he used to be. He seems less, the snippet I read today stated that, in the first 2 episodes, Saru seemed almost like he was there for a little bit of comic relief, almost.
Mm.
And now he is just gone. All that's gone.
Well, I think even on the Shenzhou, when stuff started getting serious, I mean, that's, when he gave the speech about his people being prey, he got serious then, too. So I think it was just, after everything went bad, he's, just serious about stuff.
Serious about stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
I love how, like, he's sitting there in the mess hall reading something, enjoying a cup of tea, and then the, like, spines or whatever on the back of his neck go, like, and start quivering as the ship leaves. Like, almost like, as he said, he sensed that, death was near.
Yeah.
Like,
or at least danger.
Danger, like, oh,
Spidey
shit.
senses.
Michael was supposed to be leaving on that transport, and she didn't. Ooh. Yeah.
I wonder if that was what it was, or if it was something else.
I have no idea.
Because, alright, so, something happened on the Glen, their sister ship.
Mm-hmm.
Caused everybody to die. Everyone's, like, body parts have been displaced and grotesque.
It was all mysterious, because the chief engineer of the Discovery, Lieutenant Stamets, I had to write all these names down, because first time. First off, the guy's a giant douche wheel.
No, but he's like the kind of lovable douche wheel.
Okay, he's a partially lovable douche wheel.
At the moment.
Alright. And he's having a conversation with his partner on the Glen, and apparently they got into this experiment together, and they're talking all kinds of technobabble at each other. It's like, I'm jealous, I'm jealous of this. Is that even possible? That's not even possible.
Yeah.
Well, you're damn right it wasn't possible. It contorted the whole ship into, I don't know what. I mean, it twisted his partner's torso so much his ribs were sticking out. And his upper jaw was where his nose should have been, his lower jaw was where the side of his neck should have been.
Yeah.
So they got twisted.
Mm-hmm. And, they went to get the science stuff, but it's like, what if you're bringing it aboard and that bullshit's gonna happen to you? That might be what the little things on the back of his neck was.
Maybe, yeah. We didn't really know. They were keeping, what the hell was going on very mysterious. Obviously, the captain and engineer and the senior staff knew what the hell was happening. But this was all from Michael's perspective, and she was out of the loop, mostly. And to her credit, she tried to find out. She stole some drool from awesome. Cadet Tilly, who is absolutely adorable, and I could see why she doesn't have a roommate. But steals some drool from her while she's snoring, and uses it to fool a breath scanner and get herself into engineering. Yeah, I don't know.
It's something I don't feel like we've seen before in Star Trek.
It's different.
It's different. Yeah. This is a different kind of ship, so I guess I shouldn't be surprised.
Now, being, I'm trying to figure out what the hell they're doing, and I know this is 10 years before original series and those movies and everything. Soon as she walked into that room and I saw it was like a lush paradise, I'm like, oh my god, they're working on the Genesis Project. Which, have you ever seen Wrath of Khan and Search for Spock and all that?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Alright.
So I was like, oh god, they're working on that. Which I have a feeling one of their writers was probably like, yeah, we're going to trick all these, Trek fans for like 10 minutes and then just completely redirect them. I mean, that's what I thought, but... So yeah, the Glen. An accident. All the bodies are twisted. Apparently the Klingons sent a raiding party over to try and steal some secrets, and they all wound up dead.
Yeah, everybody was dead.
What killed, what took out a dozen fully armed Klingons? And then here comes one out of the shadows.
Poppy?
Oh my god, I love this. Like, you there, step out of the shadows. Klingon steps out. Did he just shush you? Before he gets mauled by whatever the hell that was.
Oh my gosh.
Big, scary monster that seems to be immune to phasers.
I don't know. I think he's cute. He's a murderous kind of cute.
He's a cute in a murderous sort of can rip through reinforced armor.
Yeah.
A murder puppy.
Murder puppy.
So, go ahead.
What's his name's keeping it in a cage now?
Lorca, you're nuts.
Yeah, he's nuts. He's crazy.
And from the preview for next week's episode, he lets it out. At some point. I don't know.
On purpose?
I have no idea. It was very vague.
Can't imagine it being on purpose.
Me neither, but he's nuts anyway.
Mm.
So they get they get their data, they get their stuff. Hey, there's a device in the reaction chamber. Well, take that with us too. Like, there's a mysterious device in your science experiment chamber. You don't know what it does, and the whole ship's crew is contorted into, like, funhouse shapes.
Yeah, that's not smart, guys.
What if that's the device that twisted them all and you're taking it with you? What the hell? But, I mean, you're fleeing some kind of monster.
Do you have anything you think would be useful?
Mm-hmm. I mean, Michael steps up to the plate and decides to distract it because they can't cut, Landry's trying to cut through the door up there with a phaser and failing miserably. And yeah, I'm just gonna try to piss it off. Shoots it twice. Oh yeah, that worked.
And she's just crawling through the air vents, quoting Alice in Wonderland.
Uh-huh.
I thought that was great.
That was actually pretty amazing. But you know what? She basically was Alice at that point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. Crawling through. And then we find out later that was... Oh, she actually has that book.
An actual book. Like, I love, what's her name?
Is that a book?
Yeah!
Something you don't think about. Like,
no.
In 100 years, books are going to be like, who reads books? Like,
you're going to read everything on a tablet where you can carry a million books around with you.
Yeah, you're going to read... I mean,
to some extent, we already have that, but...
We're not going to call them books anymore. We're going to call them novels, and they're going to be on a tablet. Like an actual paper book. Like, you're going to have Tilly's reaction.
Yeah, it's going to be a collector's item.
Mm-hmm. And she said Sarek gave it to her. I thought, right? Yeah. Oh, no, it's Sarek and her foster mother. Who was, Sarek's wife, who we know for a long time as human. Oh. Yeah. Yep, Spock's mom.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So they were foster siblings.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was really neat.
That was really neat.
Yeah, because she said she and I were the only two humans on Vulcan, and I was like, wait a second.
Tick, ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took me a couple seconds, too. It's like, oh, right, Sarek! Spock's half human! Yeah, I get it now!
I just thought that he was her mentor, her teacher at the academy, but he was fostering her as well.
Yep. So, Lorca spills the beans later to Michael about what all this mysterious stuff is they're doing. Has her get into a test chamber. And I'm thinking, alright, you must not value your life much, or you must be really trusting to get in a test chamber where he's going to show you what the experiment does, where failure resulted in, a medieval torture for the entire crew of the Glen.
We don't know that that's what happened to the Glen.
True.
We know that it happened during a black alert. We don't know that it was the spores that did it.
Very true. I mean, we're left to, after he explains that they're working on an organic propulsion system, and how it can basically teleport them, as he put it, 90 light years in a second, or 1.3 seconds. That's pretty fucking fast, even by, later Star Trek standards.
Yeah.
But he gives that whole, blink and you'll miss this place. Oh, look, you blinked. You just missed Romulus. And she's warping to all these places. And I'm thinking, is she actually going there briefly? Or is this some sort of astral projection or similar kind of science-y version of that?
Yeah. That is a good question. Because if they had accidentally teleported her into the middle of, say, a Romulan city, I don't think that would have gone over too well.
No. Romulans would not have liked that.
No. All the places you could have picked, I think Romulus is one of the ones that knew.
The moons of Andoria, I'm pretty sure Andorians are part of the Federation by this point. I know at some point they join it. I think it was early. So that's fine. But yeah, is it are they just sending an image of her? Is she actually going there, or is she just seeing it? Physically seeing it, which this is the greatest, spy device ever invented. It's you could see a live feed of anywhere.
Yeah, she got teleported to all just, desolate places. There
Right.
weren't any people that could confirm whether she was actually there to be seen or not.
This has come up a couple of times in Next Generation, and once in Deep Space Nine. There's an old race called the Iconians. Some Trek people might remember that. They had a gateway. They turned it on, and it's what we think of as D&D portals or stuff like that, or just an open portal.
Dimension door?
Yeah, they would press a button and a door would appear. They step through it, and they're thousands of light years away. And that's how they achieved galactic conquest and dominance. Because, that's a tactical advantage. You can instantly transport across 10,000 light years, just like you're walking through the threshold of a door. You're on the other side of the galaxy. So, I don't know if they're trying to pay an homage to that, and oh, this is how they did it, we're trying to figure it out ourselves.
Oh, maybe.
But the experiment, in my opinion, is going to ultimately fail. Because if this is, to the canon of the original Star Trek universe, which they said it's going to be, then there was none of this. Kirk, with Kirk, there was none of this with Picard and all of them.
Yeah.
This technology, this technology didn't exist, so I have a feeling it's going to be a miserable failure.
Yeah, or at least it's gonna... I feel like it's not necessarily going to just fail. It has to fail in a way where it doesn't result in the thing they're trying to, travel.
Right.
It's not gonna power a ship so that the ship can go fast. It's gonna do something else.
Fail in a way that, okay, we're gonna shelve that and never use it again.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, or maybe it, too dangerous to ever try to use for that reason.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just love... I love it. The episode was great. I feel like Lorca is, And if Jason Isaacs says he's kind of the most fucked up captain we've ever had, then like I can't wait to see more of that. Because he kind of seems crazy.
Yeah, and I love when Michael meets him because like the lights are coming up slowly, and he's like, "I like to think it makes me mysterious," and I'm like, "Yeah, it does."
Oh, he also he said it was because of a recent battle injury.
Yeah, and if he wanted to keep his eyes, his
if he wanted to keep his natural eyesight,
biological eyes, then he'd have to suffer light changes slowly.
Oh, I almost forgot to mention my favorite part. He has a tribble on the desk.
Oh my god, I know. I was like, is that a bad idea?
Like, didn't Kirk make it known that, they're... Well, didn't that episode with Kirk and then that episode of Deep Space Nine where they went back in time to that episode with Kirk, didn't they make it known that, tribbles are effectively born pregnant and will have a, litter of 20 within 6 hours?
Well, maybe this is like a... I don't know.
Maybe they figured out how to sterilize this tribble.
Maybe,
or maybe they figured out how to sterilize it.
Maybe.
Because, that could...
But it was moving, it was alive.
Yes, and it was, doing the little purring that they do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that could get bad really fast.
Yeah, that's why I was like, that doesn't look like a good idea to just have that on your desk.
Oh, maybe? I know, they're probably... I don't know if they're going to bring that, continuity into it, but Worf does mention that Klingons are deathly allergic to tribbles.
Oh.
Which is why the Next Generation Deep Space Nine era, tribbles are extinct because the Klingons annihilated their homeworld. Which, when you think about it, is hilarious.
I don't know why I just pictured similar to the way Piccolo blows up the moon.
Yes.
That's how I picture the Klingons blowing up their planet.
It's a planet populated by little furry balls that coo and purr and multiply. But in their case, makes them sneeze. Yeah.
So he's definitely like... Lorca is like, come on the outside. He's probably raging psychopath on the inside. I can't wait.
Now, is there a thing between him and Landry, his security chief? Because I kind of got a vibe there, like... I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe I was reading too... I was, when he told her, thank you for transporting it on board, talking about the beast of whatever the hell it is.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I caught something between them that I was like... You two are getting freaky on your off hours, aren't you?
I don't know.
Me neither. And I don't know. The series is still getting a lot of hate. And I really...
Which is silly.
I want to believe that some of that is people pissed off that it's not being shown on TV.
Yeah, I mean, it might be. It might be. Definitely things like that influence opinions. And you're allowed to your opinion. You can not like the show because it doesn't fit your idea of Star Trek. That's fine. Some people don't like the reboots because of the same issue.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is more Star Trek than the movies.
Oh, easily. Easily. The movies made Kirk out to be like an action hero.
Which, I mean, come on. There were some episodes of the original where he basically was.
Yeah, you're right.
Just, like, rolling around. Pew pew.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, he was. But this, hoping for more, I'm fine with it. I love Star Trek. I'm gonna watch it for the hell of it.
We're in the middle of a war. Let's focus on a ship that is not fighting any battles and is just doing all the science shit that you need to do to win a war.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Manhattan Project of Starfleet.
Right. Well, in the next episode, if you watch the preview, there's a voiceover by Lorca saying, "The Discovery is no longer a science vessel. It is now a warship."
Uh-oh. Well, that was short-lived.
Yeah. The next episode is called, I love the titles, "The Butcher's Knife Cares Not for the Lamb's Cry."
Oh.
The Butcher's Knife Cares Not for the Lamb's Cry. Which is, I don't know, I maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I caught something between them that I was like, you two are getting freaky on your off hours, aren't you?
I don't know. Yeah. Which,
Huh.
I mean, this title.
Context
I know
is for
he
kings.
said it, but what exactly does that mean? Context is for kings.
I'm gonna do a terrible job of explaining this. It's kind of like, they're doing something that probably by a lot of Federation laws is illegal.
Yeah.
But they're doing it to win the war.
Yeah.
And, like, that's the thing. Like, the context is for kings to figure out, like, to put down in the history book and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, put it in whatever context you want. Lorca's doing this to win the war and save as many lives as possible, even if it is probably unethical, immoral, illegal, and extremely dangerous.
Yeah. Well, it seems like, he's not just doing this to win the war. Because he even says, like, the application's beyond the war. Yeah. So he's, I guess, looking at big picture.
Red Bandit in chat, was anybody else getting an alien vibe from this episode? Didn't you just mention that?
The whole, like, thing on the ship. Everybody's dead. It's dark. Lights are flashing. Monster.
Michael sees a monster running, and I initially thought, okay, Klingons, what seems like a four-legged monster roaring, it's a Targ. They're mentioned hundreds of times by Klingons. But, short of, I don't know if we've ever really, I think there may have been an episode of TNG that we saw a Targ. I don't even remember. But, I don't know.
This creature seems like it's tied to the spores or tied to whatever happened during the Black Alert.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Maybe they're playing with, because the engineer, Stamets, I think his name was Stamets. They're playing with the fabric of reality, like, biology and physics at the quantum level are the same thing, and all this, like, we're going to tap into the veins and muscles of the universe and all that. Maybe they ripped open a portal to something, and that's like an interdimensional beast of doom. I don't know.
Oh wait, that would be really interesting, because if it keeps happening, maybe we get bigger and bigger creatures, and it ends up being like fucking Pacific Rim.
Oh god.
Just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Bigger and bigger and bigger, 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 bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm loving it. They blew up the Glen to make sure nothing else was found. And
the Glen is shaped exactly like Discovery. When I saw it blowing up, like, because they just did a shot of, and I was like, wait, is Discovery exploding? What's happening?
Yeah, and when they showed that last week, because last week they showed like this season on Discovery kind of teaser, and that was one of the scenes, was the ship blowing up, and I'm like, wait, so at some point this season the ship gets destroyed? That's kind of spoilerific. But that was that. Well played, CBS. Well played, you fuckers.
Yep.
I got nothing else for this episode.
Good.
I mean, it was a mix of good old Star Trek with exploration and technobabble. A mix of Alien, which, holy crap, they did give off an Alien vibe. And then, I don't know what else to say. Lorca's definitely nuts.
Yep.
Alright then. So I guess that's our show.
Yep.
Okay. Clio, where can they find you?
They can find me at Clio Moto on places like Twitter.
On places like Twitter.
Places like Twitter. Not on Twitter.
Not on Twitter, it's like Twitter. Same thing, you can find me on places also like Twitter at Thilidrin, right here. You can find all of us on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+, MySpace, and YouTube at ASOTV Podcast. You could follow us at those places for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows, movies, and games. If you're watching this live and you're interested, I believe that Dom, Jake, and Luke are doing the Big Brother finale at 10 o'clock. So 23 minutes from me saying these words. So check it out if you're interested. Thank you all for watching. Until next week, bye.